The Central Bank of Nigeria says it's taking new measures to stabilize the naira against the dollar. Acting Governor Folashodun Shonubi says President Bola Tinubu has approved measures to stabilize and enhance liquidity in the market, including the parallel market. He says President Tinubu expressed his concern about the impact of recent developments in the foreign exchange market, particularly on ordinary citizens.
We do not believe that the changes going on in the parallel market are driven by pure economic demand and supply, but are topped by speculative demand from people. Some of the plans and strategies which I'm not at liberty to share with you mean sooner rather than later the speculators should be careful, because we believe the things we're doing, when they come to fruition, may result in significant losses to them. But my presence here is more about the concerns the President has and his need to know that we are doing something about it, assurances of which I have given him totally.
Well, the pressure on the naira in the parallel segment cooled somewhat after that announcement, but experts say the naira could reach 1,000 naira against the dollar very soon. Well, we have economist Paul Alaje to help us find out how government can quickly push back on any further fall of the naira. Paul, it's good to see you again on News Night.
Thank you so
First
very
off,
much.
I mean, a lot's been blamed on the activities of speculators and what have you. What exactly is wrong? Why does the naira continue this free fall?
Okay, thank you so very much. First, I think the kind of information that we had regarding, and when I say we have, I mean at public space, regarding the dollars versus what the real information was, were not, there was a mismatch. Recall that when the president made his presidential speech, he has mentioned that Nigeria should be ready for unification. In the real sense, if we are unifying and we have robust supply side, naira should have not just been going down, it should have also been improving in value. The real truth today, even based on the report that was shared last week by the central bank, we now understand that what we claim we have in foreign reserve, we don't even have as much. We have also seen that there were loans collected even in US dollar that is not ours. When international bank operates with an African country or a less developed country, I mean not necessarily the African country, the same thing has happened to Argentina, where global banks can determine what the exchange rate will be. And you start seeing pressure coming from all international communities saying devalue, 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 because your currency is overpriced. Here is the question. When you devalue your currency, what does it mean? To you, it becomes more expensive to buy foreign product. So that should tell you that we should start buying made in Nigeria. The question is, do we really have made in Nigeria? Most of the time, the answer is no. So what do? We still need to go back, especially for things that are really very basic. Virtually all of us cannot do without laptops. How many companies are producing laptops in Nigeria today? We also cannot do without phones. How many organizations are producing phones that are made in Nigeria? I'm not saying what they import to Nigeria and call it Nigerian brand. We all wear suits, shirts, everything, ties, everything, even natives, school uniform. How many of them are made in Nigeria? Here is it. As our population continues to grow at 3% on the average, we continue to consume commodity of the world that we don't produce. So if we go to the point, we must get to a point where we now say we want to start some level of production by reducing our imports. It's a tough path to go. It's a long path to trek. But the earlier we start it, the better. Now, there are quick fixes. The central bank, incidentally, has said they have got to, the bank has gotten approval of the president to technically, if you look at the statement that the central bank governor have said, so you're going to see central bank intervene in the market. The fear is this, because central bank has also let the world know what he has in reserve that is not as sufficient as what it is, speculator may deliberately hold on for a while till the time central bank strength reduces or the point where central bank could no longer hold. Then we have to come back again to force of demand and supply. And that is why we want, before we allow naira to go on free flow of voice of the man, as I said, are we ready to watch a boxing match between Anthony Joshua and Mr. Macaroni, the comedian, boxing match? If it were to be comedy, then we know that Naira, which of course in this case, I mean no disrespect to Mr. Macaroni, but you see, this is the way I compare it. How can we, with our level of export, be competing with the rest of the world by saying we want to float Naira? Nigeria is not the only country that defended our currency. Many other countries, but what they are doing that we are not doing is that we have not found unique way of even accounting for the FX we have been. How many gold have been extracted from Zamfara? Where are the monies? Gold is not sold in Naira. They are sold in dollars. Is it reflecting in any record of most of the institution of government? The ones that is happening in Elisha, from Zamfara to Elisha, is a gold line. The gold extracted, and I use gold as an example of all other natural resources apart from crude oil that we have in our country today.
Okay, now, Paul, well said. But yet again, some are saying, why didn't the federal government peg the Naira against the dollar when it could have?
Well, that was the advice. But you see, the president might have other information. And I can tell you what will influence whether you peg or free flow is the volume of your foreign reserve. We have seen that what we thought we had in foreign reserve is actually not what we have. So
from 30-something billion dollars
to 20,
18,
and if you look at what we even call 18, we may not have all of them in cash, which is another conversation for another day. So here is the issue. Can we say we will continue to use this approach that within 2 months it had exposed us so much? Because if the bank that we borrow money for asks for their monies today, I'm afraid the value of Naira may even go further down. So it's a good development. We are hearing the president has said, central bank, your core mandate is stability, price stability, exchange stability. Do everything possible. They have said they have what to do in the short term, but you see, oftentimes central bank have always come to intervene in the market. What seems to be missing is the coordination between fiscal authority and trade authority. Trade authority, most of the time, they only limit their work to SMEs and small scale. We need to understand that to make this exchange rate to be balanced, to be settled, we need to do massive plantations in agriculture. It's not going to be the method Anchor Borrowers used. It's going to be a different method entirely. And to account for all natural resource that we have in Nigeria that we are exporting. Foreign nationals are coming to our country, taking this produce, taking it to their country, this natural resources to their country, taking it even by flight. Some kept. We need to put all of this in the market such that the resources hard currency can get back to us and can improve what we have in foreign dollar. If we don't, we will try again, and I'm afraid, I hope that will not be another concern.
One of the things the CBN governor, well, the acting CBN governor says he wants to look at is, number one, how to stabilize the Naira, and of course, how to ensure liquidity in the market. Alongside that, he says, look, commercial banks that are found to be dealing illegally in forex will be dealt with. Help us break down, understand.
The suspended governor said exactly the same thing in 2 of his communications. I'm yet to get one commercial bank in public domain that have been dealt with for the same reason. Exactly the same thing Mr. Emefiele said in terms of assurances. When they say they're going to improve liquidity, it means either they're going to bring back the BDCs. It's possible you see the BDCs, or they work with the fintechs to say, we're going to now give you access to give this money to people that need it. This is where we were coming from. So this is us engaging a reverse gear to see whether it will work. Yes, those things may work temporarily, with an inverted comma, with temporarily. But what is the permanent solution? Central bank cannot print the dollars. It is our effort to reduce import by import substitution or to promote export that will eventually give us the liberation that we are looking for. We must do everything. The people we need to work with, Manufacturer Association of Nigeria, the president has promised 1 billion naira for 75 out of over 15,000 companies. Can we increase the number to 5,000? Deliberately, so that they can export more beyond what we need today. Our problems are on demand side, solution on the supply side. Supply side in agriculture, supply side in manufacturing, supply side in production, supply, and that is evident in processing, that is evident in manufacturing, that is evident in growth, that is evident in massive agro-allied sector. Now, this is the way to go.
Now, Paul, the $34.1 billion we claim to have in foreign reserves, you just said that we don't have up to that.
Not me. According to the
I understand. Yes, I get you.
The Central Bank of Nigeria.
I get you right. You just alluded to that. I get you right. Now, it seems to be a vicious cycle because what happens to balance of payment and balance of trade eventually falls back on the foreign reserves. And then apart from agriculture, of course, the way to go is to export. Apart from agriculture, because it doesn't seem like the people you talk to when you talk about agriculture are listening. So what other ways can we ensure that we shore up our foreign reserves?
Okay, so why is our foreign reserve getting depleted?
Because we're not exporting enough.
I will give us a classical example. Yeah. Now, when you bought your phone and the phone is imported, chances are high you have taken 3 decisions. Collected the phone, you enjoy it. Second decision, you have said, I don't want job to remain in Nigeria. You give the job out to the foreign country. So they do it. I hear an individual that said that refinery may not necessarily be in Nigeria. I laugh. Except such person can clap with one hand. That's when they say refinery must not necessarily be in Nigeria to bring down price. It is anti all economic principles that talks about. Even those in classical economies understand that you cannot leave the faith of your country to another country to decide for you in terms of supply.
Right.
Anything that happens to exchange rate. The first time we heard naira, subsidy is gone. What was the exchange rate? What was the price? 500. Yeah. Because exchange rates. Because you can't decide it. You don't have enough. It went up. Again, we are hearing that it may go up again. So here is it. When you bought that your phone, you are taking, what is the last decision? You have depleted your foreign reserve. What are we going to do to add to foreign reserve? And what are we going to do to save foreign reserve? It is production, it is manufacturing, it is agro-allied, it is planting massively, not anchored by giving farmers, we gave rice farmers a lot of money. Where are the monies? Where are the seeds? Where are the paddies? So we see the economy we are getting into, because we want to compete now with the rest of the world. We cannot be competing with the rest of the world by wearing our suit to farm or by wearing our babariga to farm. We must roll our sleeves and say that we have to get it right today. So
there's still the other challenge. Right, there's still the other challenge where many of those countries don't even accept goods from Nigeria. Say agricultural produce, for example. They're not accepting our sesame seeds, our beans, our palm oil. I mean, you name it. So where do we start from to ensure that, you know, this actually changes?
This is the role of government to ensure there is regulation around what we're exporting. I saw effort of government at the time where we were trying to export yam. Alas, before the yam got to destination, because we were more political in our approach than doing the right thing. See, we don't need to announce. We will just realize that we have gotten there. We need infrastructure we have not built. We need power we don't have enough. Suddenly, we want our currency to grow. It's not going to happen. What you are going to have more in debt, more in penury, more in poverty. Anybody telling us otherwise is lying to us. The new release, another international organization is telling Nigeria, try and increase your taxes, try and tighten your policy. We have tightened the policy enough at over 18%. What is happening to inflation? He's stubborn. He has reached 22nd floor of Cocoa House in Ibadan. That building is 25-story building. He's going to the last building. The method and approach we are using are not working. It's time we adopt another method. Of course, it has to be supply side. Speak to the real issue, solve the real problems. Monetary solution is not sufficient. So temporarily, central bank, I understand, because we are in a very interesting moment. So we need all attention. Central bank is coming on board. The president must quickly give portfolio to ministers. And as soon as they are giving portfolio, they should get involved directly in the real sector before it is too late.
Before it is too late, the ministers, once they get their portfolios, should get directly involved in the real sector. Thank you, Paul Alaje, Economist, for coming to News 9.
Thank you so very much, Father.